What is going on? Happy Monday. I am Zedmot, and the tribes have changed. Let's have a quick peek at these. These are not good tribes at all. Rifleman Life Leech we just had, which is a little bit surprising. Power Stone Chance, always appreciated, but we've had it like 5 out of the last 7 tribes, something like that. Heavy Health, sure, whatever. Don't really care. Gold Production, again, don't care. I am going to boost the flame thrower damage simply because I need that for right about now. Boosting the headquarters health, probably useful in some way, shape, or form, but against Hammerman, that's not going to do us any good. If he can get to the headquarters, chances are he's gonna wreck it. So now let's build our Hammerman base and go check out which prototypes we have. I believe, yes indeed, we do have a hot pot in there. Need to get this going. I always recommend throwing out your prototypes before you get started, because if you're anything like me, you're going to fail a whole bunch of times, and then all of the changes you've made are going to be dropped when you make a new prototype. I'll explain that in a second if I need to. You know what? Let's make 2 hot pots, because 2 hot pots is better than 1, and we're going to place them somewhere in this region about up front, not even thinking about it at this point. We are too early on. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to build one last hot pot, and I'm just going to leave it there. That way when I forget to make a prototype 2 weeks from now, it'll still be sitting there and I can come back and drop that out. Now, one thing to note when making your prototypes, always make level 2 and higher, because if we have a look here, at level 1, it does not last for long enough to use it on 2 weeks of Hammerman. So this is why I tend to do my Hammerman attacks a little bit later in the morning. That way when I forget next week, I'll have the time to get it done. So now our hot pot coming up huge. Hot pot, the easiest way to beat Hammerman. Always. I gotta say, I think hot pot is easier than having ice, especially for those early stages, because it is going to speed things up. Now for Hammerman, it's all about your base design. Having your buildings up front is, some people like to have their mines up front with some resource buildings. I don't subscribe to that theory. I use what's known as the Chinese trap base or the hook base or whatever the heck you want to call it. A lot of people try and pretend like they created it. I am not going to do that. I did not invent this base. This is a base that has been around for a long time, that is proven to work. One of the dumb things I realized on my other accounts is that I am a fully offensive player, and I had forgotten to do the simple thing of putting out my new boom mines and my new shock mines. So if you are on an account that you don't really care about and you just play operations and things like that, do make sure that you built all of the available stuff, because adding those extra mines and boom mines takes all of about a second or two. And it has been like 8 months since the update, and I had just placed them over the weekend. So some dumb moments for me, but there are some accounts I literally just log in. I have 2 accounts that all I do is log in, click the destroy button, and then attack operations. For me, I am an operation-based player. I do play a lot of warships, yes, but you can't play warships on more than a couple accounts. Otherwise, you're going to go absolutely insane. So I play warships on 2 accounts. I play operations on probably 6. Low levels, high levels, and a mixture in between. So having a couple accounts, always a good time. If you have questions about how to build a second account, it is a great way to pass time while you're waiting for your base to spawn or waiting for your troops to fill or anywhere in between. So let's crush this. Hammerman just bringing the fire literally and figuratively. Hot pot, so good. Do not need ice statues for any part of the game if you're below 1300 victory points or so, and the hot pot proving that. Now, I do have a ton, like literally a metric shipload of prototype parts, and that is because I did not use any of them until I had 100 of each, and that just allows you to balance them very well. So if you're a low to mid-level player and you're struggling for prototype parts, do consider not using any until you get to 100 of each, and then you can get to 1,000 of each, or even 1,100 of each, which I'm almost at just by balancing them out. I can't believe I have that many. That I am not a hoarder whatsoever. That is completely by chance. So Let's see if we can go 7 for 7. See if we can't get the dual hot pot action, just burning all of the troops' faces off. Because you know what? It's always a good time. That hot pot, first hot pot, taken down hard by warriors, though. So we're going to have to likely move that out of the way as Hammerman comes in with just a absolute horde of troops. But look at that hot pot. Uh-oh, it's shocked. 2 hot pots down. This is not a good sign. Hammerman has a lot of riflemen left, but you know what? We've got a lot of mines left, and that is my favorite part of Hammerman, is just watching those troops traipse over those mines. Yes, I just said traipse, and hopefully we can get this down. Now, I said that headquarters health was not going to be a factor, but maybe, just maybe it is. Come on. Oh, yeah, 7 for 7, sounding like the Kool-Aid man, breaking through the wall, all 7 stages of hammer. Oh, my heart dropped for a second there. I thought I had a 42% GBE statue. Sorry, my literally just brain exploded there. This is the statue I hate getting the most. I have 41% GBE statues everywhere on my 2 main accounts. So when I see that 42 arrive, it just absolutely kills me. So I know I have a lot of shards here. I have a lot of fragments. I have a lot of everything except for powder. And just dying to get that GBE 42% statue. So let's just quickly see if we've got an operation attack. Yes, we do. So let's have a look. I am all about the maze. Let's see if I can do the maze left-hand side shield. So this hit is not one that I'm overly good at, but we're going to give it a shot here simply because I should have enough powder to do it. I'm waiting overnight for that statue to finish off so that I can actually have enough powder. That is just how powder poor I am. Oops, that's not the right one. I've already done it. So I've got my 10 powder. Just so powder poor that it just makes me incredibly frustrated. Supercell, if you're out there, please make an auto sculptor. I would love to be able to just turn my sculptor on, come in the morning, and have powder available to me, even if it just means not caring about the statues at all. I would just turn it on, burn through all of those and all of those, and finally have some powder. It would be fantastic. Otherwise, I would also pay a small fee for a second sculptor. I mean, we have the second builder. Second sculptor would be fantastic. Maybe the second builder should bring a second sculptor. Anyways, let's get into it. Let's load some Zookas, see if we can't take down those shields. I am not super amazing at this attack, but like I said, we're going to give it a go. Need to flare very quickly. We've got 1 shock, 2 shocks, 3, 4, 5 shocks by the looks of things. Should be okay though. Now, just a matter of getting into position and not screwing it up. We're also going to leave all of these nice green pretty cells for other people to use because they need them for the core hit. You'll notice that I boosted all of my statues except for the troop health. Just only having 10 powder means you have to not boost one of them, so I figured we don't need health for this. Hopefully I'm not mistaken, because the extra GBE definitely going to be required, and then the extra damage just means we're going to get rid of those shields a little bit faster. Now, I should say that this is not an attack that I'm overly good at, but I'm not overly good at Manticore, and I managed to solo that last week, so there are certain attacks that I rarely ever do. Typically, I am the one that starts maze, gets those attacks rolling. I usually get these rocket launchers up the front. That is my typical contribution to maze. Can do the core hit, but not often am I the one that actually is tasked to that. So we are going to throw some smokes into here. And then once our Zookas catch up, we're going to get them burning through these smokes as fast as we can, because really want to keep the delay. Keeping the delay is fairly important to this attack, and the fact that I just said delay means that I am probably doomed to ruining it. So we're going to go 1 and 2 and get all of these smokes out here. And then as soon as our Zookas start to get towards that flare, speaking of losing the delay, okay, so we're going to have to shock very early. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there was one behind us, one right back there. Yeah, there was. Okay, so we've got 1 shield down. Need to get that next shield down very quickly. Come on, go! That was terrible. So I I did exactly what I said I did not want to do, and I lost the delay. So the maze hit was not overly good. At least we can clear some mines. I got 2 shields. That was bad. So yeah, that is why you don't screw up. But I figured we'd throw an operation attack in there because the Hammerman fleet is not overly exciting. Definitely added some excitement using all sorts of maze, forlorn hope goodness. And then once you're done, don't forget, reload your base. I am so terribly guilty of that. I will often leave my base in my Hammerman layout and then get absolutely wrecked by someone who will probably draw some form of dancing cucumber on my base. Anyways, that is it for me today. Today is Monday, December the 7th. Christmas is almost here, folks. Hopefully you've sent your letters to Santa. Up here in Canada, we use postal codes, and Santa's postal code is HOHOHO, which is worth repeating because it's a little bit funny. Anyways, that's it for me. As always, thank you for coming in. If you're thinking about getting me a Christmas present, just throw my creator code in your creator boost, ZMOT, and done. Otherwise, I shall talk to you soon. Thanks for coming in. Peace. That sounded terrible. Like I'm dying.